Crack boys.
And we are officially live. Hello to all my BC WrestlePod nerds out there. And buenas noches a todos. And welcome to another episode of Los Lobos de la Lucha, your weekly CMLL review show here at the BC WrestlePod, network fandom thingamabob that we got going on around here. Of course, I am El Jefe of BC WrestlePod, Mikey. And you guys, the full crew is back, and I am so happy. I'm just like, but the whole entire crew is back, of course. First and foremost, you got, coming back and also showing us our mascot, Lucha Cat, is Adolfo, the nerdy Puerto Rican. So, hello, Adolfo.
Saludos, mi gente. Buenas noches. Hope everyone's doing good. Primo!
100%. And of course, we got our unofficial, the vertical stream is very, very different as well. StreamYard upgraded, so we're going to play around with certain things. So, this year is going to be crazy. But I would like to state, and I would like to give a grand re-entrance to, after trudging through the waters and making it his way through his, the Defying Gravity show that he was a part of and running and all the sorts of things. Papa Oso is finally back on the CMLL screens, and I couldn't be happier. This is like our token white man is back, and we needed him because we love him. Holding it down for the big boys. Well, we're all big boys, but holding it down for the bigger boys. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. We've missed you, Will. We really, really have. I mean, you haven't been gone because you've been keeping up with our shenanigans and our text threads. But we have missed you. Your presence has been missed.
I have been missing your inputs on things. So I'm excited to hear your inputs on things this week.
So I'm very happy that the full squad is back. And like I said, Primo Agent Lo-Fi is in the chat. So thank you for being here, my friend. And yes, the vertical stream is a whole new thing that StreamYard is testing out. So I'm not going to say it's going to be every CMLL we're doing this, but I'm testing these things out because when we go into 2026, because it's going to be fun. But Before we get into covering another episode of Viernes Espectacular, really quickly to go through all the announcements. If you like what you see on your screen here, you may follow us on subscribe to our YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, whatever your preferred video watching platform is. If you would like to interact with us in a more self contained way, then you can pick your favorite social media site and follow us at BC WrestlePod, where we do our report cards. We do the TV show previews for the everything going down on the episode. We also do some other fun stuff over there. And then last but certainly not least, there are two ways that you can contribute monetarily. First and foremost, you could buy some merch from our merch store, bcwrestlepodshop.fourthwall.com, where you can get some really cool designs. And our Christmas stuff is coming very, very soon, which makes me super excited to talk about all of that and to get that design out. So this is going to be fun. And then, of course, if you want to help keep the metaphorical lights on and help us pay for some stuff, our little friendo, the coffee bot, will be making its way through the chats as the review and the post show breakdown goes on. And yeah, feel free to help us with that. But without further ado, let's get into it, because boy, oh boy, do we have a fun Viernes Espectacular to talk about, and
Yeah,
a fun one to preview too, because it's like it just don't stop. Be
yeah.
like, I'm so excited. So let's get into our opening match,
I'm
though,
gonna I'm gonna
because
start with I'm gonna start with a possible hot take.
ooh, hot take, go for it.
This might have been the best Viernes Espectacular for the entire year of 2025.
I mean,
Let's talk about it.
mm,
Let's talk
okay,
about
let's talk. I was like, talk about it, because I was like, I'm looking at you, women, Amazona Grand Prix. I'm like,
it.
I was like, that's still like one of my favorites, but this was a pretty good episode. But I don't know about my favorite, but we'll talk about it. But let's get into what kicked things off though this week, because again, we get the Escuela boys be coming through again, once again, and I'm super excited to talk about them. So in our opening match, we get a relevo sencillo a una caída, so one fall. And of course, this is the team of Alexius and Pendulo taking on Troglodyta and Poseidon. And I'm just like, first of all, Poseidon, you get one of these, because coming out with the whole golden crown and, the trident. And I was just like, Aquaman can never. Anywho. um, dare I say it, you guys? I was just like, the more and more that I get to see Troglodyta on my screen, the more and more of a bigger fan I am of him. I was like, I'm becoming. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Troglodyta, but I'm really enjoying all four of these boys. And this was a really, really fun match to open up the show. Again, there were some really fun moments. I believe it's Troglodyta's like running leg drop that looks so devastating. I'm like, what was that? That was crazy. It was great. I do agree with Primo though, because there are parts of this match that certain things were not on point. But honestly, this was a fun one, and I had a good time with this. Adolfo, I'm gonna come to you first. What did you think of our opener?
Yeah, I agree. It was fun. It was, uh, it wasn't super exciting. I don't want to say it like that, makes it sound so bad, but it was fun. It was fun. They went in there, they did the thing. I feel like they started to get the crowd hyped up. Yeah, there were a few spots that were kind of like in it, but all four of these luchadors, I've worked really well together, and it kicked the show off well, I'd say.
Alrighty, fair enough. Papa Oso, same question to you. What did you think of our opener?
I thought it was pretty solid. Um, I thought all four of these guys did really well. I thought they kept the energy going. I thought that it kind of set us off on the right track. I enjoyed Pendulo. I enjoyed him probably. Well, not the most, because it was probably my second choice. Troglodyta was pretty on point. But no, but overall, I really enjoyed all of it. I thought this was a great opener. I mean, yeah, as you know, Agent Lopi says, I mean, not all of it was perfect, no, but it was fun, and it got the energy going. So I was excited for it.
100%. So again, there were some points where it could have been cleaned up a little bit, but honestly, this was definitely a fun opener for sure. And anytime we get to see more Escuela boys, I'm here for it. And of course, we are getting set for this as well.
Yep. Totally.
Very, very true. Ooh, H and Lo-Fi coming in. He's still shocked to even see Troglodita on a Friday show. Literally been watching him as Shungo Jr. since he was and still is a kid. Yeah, because I have to remember a lot of these Escuela boys are still fairly young. And I was just like, they're how old? Wow, that's nuts. But yeah, again, this was a fun opener. I had a good time with this one. I mean, I repeated the points here, but after a good and fun back and forth, though, it would end up being Pendulo and Alexias to pick up the victory here. I had to make sure I had my notes correct in saying these things because I'm like, great. And shout out to our new friend who's been watching this whole entire week and a couple last week, Mr. Hassan HT Gamer. Hello, my friend, and happy early Thanksgiving to you too. It is Thanksgiving somewhere in the world, so happy Thanksgiving and thank you for joining us for some Lucha Libre. So, gonna be having a fun time with this one. So, though, let's continue on with the show. So, we are going to move on to our second match of the evening, which I was just like, listen, anytime I get to see the Calavera Juniors in a match, we're in for a good time. So, this was a relevo sencillo de rudos. So, this is a rudo on rudo, match.
Hot,
and this is
rudo on rudo action.
It really was. A dos de tres caídas, so 2 out of 3 falls. And this saw the team of Calavera Jr. 1 y Calavera Jr. 2 taking on the team of Polvora and El Coyote. So this was great. Yeah, so the landscape primo is probably going to be what you're more used to, so stick with that one because I'm gonna configure some stuff for the vertical because it's different. But yeah, I was just like, oh boy, we got more mash shenanigans.
Yo, let me tell you, El Coyote and Polvora need to hook up with Ikuruquan and just become a trio group called the Lucha Hunters and just like snag people's masks, and that's their gimmick. Because that's what these two have been doing like this past month is just like running through and getting people's masks.
I'm totally here for that.
The whole entire month of November, Polvora and El Coyote Papa also have been pulling masks off of their opponents.
Yep. So good.
Love it.
So this was just pure fun. And this is what we're building to because we have that, steel cage match coming up where somebody is going to lose a mask. So that is what we're building to in the new year, which is going to be a lot of fun. But as far as this match goes, again, I really had a fun one as well. I mean, yeah, I don't really have a lot of notes on this because I was just like, I know where this is going, so this is probably going to be. But yeah, I see your point, Primo. Though the only true gripe, the only true gripe that you have are these matches that they're all pretty predictable because we're building to that steel cage match, and which is very, very fair. Which I feel like we kind of saw a little bit of the similar build when we were getting into what ended up main eventing the Aniversario show this year, where it's like every other week we had enemies fighting each other or with each other or against each other. It's kind of crazy. I love the Calaveras though, man. I really love the Calaveras. I was entertained. Yeah. I mean, this was a fun back and forth. Ultimately, the Calaveras would end up picking up the victory here. Adolfo, I'm coming to you. What did you think of this match?
So they pick up the win by disqualification because El Coyote and Polvora did end up pulling their masks off. So I felt that this match dropped the show into fourth gear. This was a very entertaining match. I am I don't want to say floored because like I've seen this, but I'm gonna say it. I'm floored by how well and how in sync the Calaveras are, and also Polvoro and El Coyote are. They hit some tandem and in unison moves that were just ridiculous. That one submission that I think the Calaveras used to end the second pinfall was nuts. It was just like a human centipede type situation. I can't even like figure out how the hell they got into it. It was a very fun match. I felt it's funny because like when Polvora and El Coyote won that first pinfall, I blinked and was like, that felt like it went on forever, but like not in a bad way, you know? And then like the rest, because it just lately it's felt like a lot of like the best 2 out of 3, the dos de tres caídas matches that we've been seeing have like been like boom, 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 like that. But this, like, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure like if the pacing was a little bit different in the match, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it told a great story. I would not be surprised if, you know, for this steel cage match, if we see the Calaveras in there as well, because they're gunning for Polvora and El Coyote's masks as well. So I actually wouldn't mind if this kind of like segues into like a Rey de los Rudos type situation, you know, a king of the Rudos type thing. So that's me.
Appreciate your take. Papa Oso, same question to you. How did we feel about the Calaveras versus Polvora and El Coyote?
Oh, I thought this was a fun match. I thought, you know, energy is still going good. I thought the Calaveras, of course, were on point because they usually are. And it's fun to watch them. The more we get to see them, the more I enjoy them. I thought this was, but I like everything you guys talked about. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was great. Of course, you know, you know me, I have very little bad things to say about any luchador wrestling. I mean, it's like, I love it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. So I thought I thought it was pretty good. It was fun. I thought it was a decently strong match. I didn't think there was anything majorly wrong with it. I mean, you know, there were a couple of moments, but nothing to like, you know, write home about, like in a negative way.
Very true. And to kind of peel back the curtain a little bit, though, usually for these reviews, Papa also, I have to give him kudos because with his busy schedule, he still manages to cram in all the things for the Wednesday reviews for NXT and for CMLL. Let's just say this week that it was definitely night and day. Because if y'all tuned in earlier, we were not nice about NXT this week. But hey, we love CMLL and we're here for it. So to kind of just wrap this up, I do want to bring in a Primos Lat. It's just like, apparently this has been going on for the last month on every single show. It's not bad if you only watch Fridays, but every show gets a bit tiring. Every second match on every show where somebody's mask gets pulled off. But he does say that with all that, still a fun match, and I love everyone in it. So, yeah.
Hot take.
Uh-oh.
The Calaveras and Soberano Jr. as a trios called the Sexy Boys.
The Sexy Boys.
Just saying.
I'm not.
Just saying.
Listen, we're gonna talk about our novio in a little bit though, because I was like, this mask though, Soberano Jr.
We'll get there. We're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. It's like I was just like, Pinhead who? So, but by the end of this though, like Adolfo, you brought up is that the Calaveras do end up winning by disqualification because their mask get pulled off by Polvora and El Coyote. We move on into our Amazonas action for the evening. And this is a very, very fun one for sure on paper with everyone involved in this. So this is a relevo sencillo de Amazonas a 2 de 3 caídas. So 2 out of 3 falls for everyone. So we have Lluvia and La Jarochita taking on the team of basically your muscle mommies is what I'm calling them, because you have Zuxis and Olympia. And I was just like, I was just like, I had a fun time with this one. I really, really did. No, okay. So, like, sidebar real quick though, because Agent Lo-Fi was thinking the same thing. Soberano and Utani as a team. That's what I'm hearing from the crowd reactions, at least. I'm just like, by the way,
all the shrieking if that happens.
Listen, all the women and the gay boys and the non-binary folks in between. I was just like, listen, everybody, it doesn't. It's like this. No, but like, by the end of this match, I was throwing things at my screen. I was just like, oh my god, this match was so good. Holy hell. And these bitches came to fight.
Yeah.
They were just like, it's like fuck a wrestling match. It's like bare knuckle brawling at this point. They were throwing each other.
Yeah.
They were kicking each other. At some parts, I was just like, I see that snug New Japan style of training is working off because we hit each. I was just like, I was yelling at my screen the entire time. I was like, ah! I was like, oh yeah, man. This is such a fun match. Oh my gosh. I will say though, I agree with Primo though. The only gripe I have is just like, why was it so short? Yep. It felt so short, but damn, this match ruled. I'm actually gonna go to, the leader of the Amazona fan club here. I'm gonna go with Papa Oso first to kind of give us and gush about this match. So Papa Oso, what did you think about this match?
I loved it, of course. Any Amazona, I am like at the top. I don't give it. It could be the worst match in the world, and I'm still gonna love it. This, however, was not the worst match in the entire world. This match was amazing because, boy, howdy, these 4 women. Whoo! This was like, I mean, this was like change your sexuality type of match. I mean, it was like, wow. It was steamy and hot and gorgeous and beautiful, and
it turned you straight for like 5 seconds.
Well, no, not even that long, but
or not even straight. It turned you by for like a second.
It turned me curious, and that's about it.
Okay. Yes,
but
snaps
man,
to that.
Holy crap! These women, man. Zuxi, Olympia, man, every time they get into the damn ring, I'm just like, it's like the mountain comes down. It's like, they're just so massive. And I'm talking like personality, technique, not just size. I mean, because they are big women. But man, when they walk in, they fill the room. I mean, it's just like, whoa. And Lluvia and La Jarochita are just, I mean, it was, I love how it was sort of the juxtaposition between the 4. And I love that because can we see the sort of more svelty, streamlined, and then we see the sort of bulky, muscular, of the Amazonas. And I loved the whole thing. I just loved it. Of course, I love all 4 of these women. They can do no wrong, and I'll fight you on that. That's it. Beautiful.
Love
wonderful
it.
Match.
Love it. Adolfo, same question to you. How did we feel about our Amazonas match?
This match continued to build off the momentum from the last match, and I felt the energy was just a rising action. The crowd was really into it. This is the most I've seen the crowd behind Las Chicas Indonables, Lluvia and Jarochita in a while. This is also, I feel, the best that I've seen Las Chicas Indonables wrestle in a while. Zoxys continues to just look better and better. I don't know if it's maybe like just because we haven't seen her. She was injured for so long and we haven't seen her, and now, seeing her again, she was just always this good. Or like, like you said, if maybe they're doing some of that New Japan training in their off time, and like, she has a few new moves in the repertoire. Her and Olympia worked really good together, really good. I would not mind if um if they became the new Las Chicas Infernales. That would be awesome. Yeah, they did this one move where Juvia planchad into Zoxys and Olympia, who were on the outside of the ring. And then Harochita followed up by doing a tope into Juvia, who was being held by Zoxys and Olympia. It was really cool. It was a really cool move. And that was just the type of match. They were just hitting stuff really well put together, very fun. My only gripe is that it did feel short, but great match.
100%. And again, that's what Primo brings up, that this is the last gripe, was that it was a bit short, but also kept the pace up and got everything in. And his official final, rating of this particular match is that this match on this show was damn near perfect. So every match after this is just like, it was amazing. But after a really intense and fun back and forth, ultimately it would be Zoxys and Olympia who would take the win here against Juvia and La Jarochita. So I'm very excited to see, run it back. Just run it back. Run it back. I'm ready for another one. Oh, man. So I was just like, okay. So first two matches, pretty solid. This match was bop. I was like, okay, so what's up next? Listen,
this match gave me life this afternoon. Let me fill y'all in really quick. Because of my schedule, a lot of times I end up having to watch Viernes Espectacular on Wednesday during the day while I'm at work. And I had such a terrible day at work. I literally told, not figuratively, literally told someone to go F off on the phone. That's just how bad of a day I was having. And then came this match, and everything was awesome, to coin the phrase, if you will. Go ahead, Mikey.
Listen, it should surprise no one of how much I enjoy Jet Speed, which is Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, right? So between the three of us, we have all different varying levels of exposure to Speedball and Kevin Knight. Will, you and I know Speedball quite well, as he spent a good chunk of our BC WrestlePod 3-year cycle in TNA, where we got to see him have baller matches against the likes of Josh Alexander, Leon Slater, Will Ospreay, just in a random one-off too, which was great. And then, of course, Adolfo, you and I got to know more about Kevin Knight a little more intimately when we covered the Best of the Super Juniors tournament this year and got to see him and thriving. And of course, I cover AEW, so I get to witness Jet Speed. Listen, I need these two teams to continue to fight forever. It's like, oh my God. I was just like, ooh, yes. So let me set the scene, right? So this is a relevo sencillo. This is a una caída. This is CMLL versus AEW. So this is, 2/3 of Sky Team, which is Máscara Dorada and Neon, taking on Jet Speed, a Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. I got what I wanted. My expectations were high, and they were met and exceeded. I was just like, God. I do agree there was a little part at the beginning where it kind of flubbed up, but hot damn. I was just like, these four have great chemistry together, and I was glued to the screen the only time. I was just like, and yeah, that's the other thing too. It was really cool to see Jet Speed play proper Rudo in this whole entire thing too. I was like, we saw Speedball kind of do it during the Grand Prix, and I was wondering how Kevin Knight was going to fare. But they both did excellent playing the Rudo in this one, especially when you're going up against Sky Team. In this iteration, you got 2/3 of your trios champions here. I have no more to say. Like, this match was great. They went ham in this match. Like, they went ham, cheese, turkey, bacon, everything. Like, this is why I love professional wrestling. Is how I'm gonna end this. This is why I love professional wrestling. This is why I love Lucha Libre, and I am super grateful that we get to cover CMLL because we get bangers like this. Adolfo, I'm gonna throw it to you first. So how do we feel about this one?
I'm on the other side of the spectrum in one regards that I kind of don't want to see them run this back, because this match, it to me was just so perfect. Like, how could they one up it? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if they met again, that would be the thing. Oh, how do we one up this match? Because this match, yeah, like, you had that one little flub at the beginning with Speedball Mike Bailey and Máscara Dorada, but then it just like boom, 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 boom. The high flying spots, the comedy, Jet Speed playing the part of the Rudo and looking the. My big takeaway from this, let's put all that other stuff away, because yes, this was visually a gorgeous match, right? It looked like all four of these luchadors had fun. It quite literally looked like, last month when they figured out that they were going to have this match, like they sat at a taqueria somewhere and were like, all right, how do we want to do? What if we did this? And what if we did this? Oh, and then what if Speedball? What if you just stand there and like take chops from everyone, and then you guys can super kick us, and like it just, that's what it felt like. It felt like, like they were the proper friends, and they had a lot of fun in this match. Yeah, I mean, they planned the hell out of it, but it looked so good. And yeah, they looked like they had fun. It looked like that all four of these guys had fun. I feel like even for Sky Team, like, this was, because we all know Sky Team for delivering some really crazy type matches. So I felt like this match was a chance for them to push themselves even further, because we saw some very interesting variations on a lot of like the Sky Team staples that they do, like the one where Neon was on, no, Máscara Dorada was on Neon's shoulders, and he hit Tieta off that from the rope, and this, that, and the other. Yeah, it was good. I'm just so good.
Yeah, this was
and another thing. I challenge you, AEW Ensemble. I challenge you to watch this match and give us your 10 cents about it.
Well, I mean, you get one of us because I'm here, so like, hey, you know what? We have to give the rest of the AEW boys, because to be fair, they were nice enough to want to collaborate when we did CMLL and AEW crossover. So,
no, I know, but they need to watch this match. Homework. They really watch this match.
Did. I was just like, JBL, you got nothing to do. And honestly, I'm converting Benny to more CMLL stuff, especially because we're getting a lot more CMLL people in AEW right now. We're going to talk about Máscara Dorada a little bit, because he's going to be on my AEW screen for the next month, which is going to be good. But Baba Oso, I want to come to you, man. Like, what did you think?
So this had me feeling two things. One, that I could just sit back, watch it, and just enjoy a match because I knew with these four that they were going to deliver. So I didn't have to worry about it. And the second one was this was total like panty wetting material. I think I was moist watching this.
We're far enough in. Just let the floodgates open.
So this was fantastic. And I kind of figured it would be. It was one of because look who it is. Need I say more? I mean, honestly, it's like it was great. I loved it.
Oh man, this was so much fun. I had a blast, and I was smiling the entire time. I think that's also what helps when I figure out, be like, which matches did I really enjoy? I always enjoy CMLL matches, but yeah, I'm putting this on my short list. I know it's recency bias because we just like saw it not too long ago. But like honestly, I was like, I'm gonna have to rewatch there because I may need to shift some order or some things because I have been charged by my friend to come up with my 10 matches of 2025. And over Christmas break, I'm gonna go over his house. We're just gonna watch nothing but those. So I'm like, I might have to squeeze this in and figure out where it belongs.
Yeah, this one's got to be close to the top because even from a technical standpoint, this was a feast for the eyes.
Definitely. See, the problem is because I watch everything. That means I want to be fair, so I got to figure some stuff out. But also one of the benefits of watching everything is that you are always going to find gems to recommend to people too. So, but yeah, Sky Team do pick up the victory here. I love the sign of respect that they hug it out at the end of the match. Before going into it.
That was so great. That was so cool.
Man. Ooh, and then Primo coming in with his own hot take, and he's like, he likes this match, but later on in the week, we got Commander and Dorada, and that was better in his opinion, and that's his hot take. So, but I really did enjoy this tag team match. It was just like, I had to calm down after this. I was like too hyped. I was like, woo! I was like, okay, we got to calm it down. We got to relax. So we get into our semi-main event of the match, which is, but also I like looking at all these people too, but like, these are also my faves. But this is a semi-final CMLL Leyenda Azul 5-man, cybernetico match in which, we were trying to get our spots for, the Torneo Leyenda Azul. And so this saw Hechicero, Euphoria, CMLL. I was mad at you because I was like, how dare you besmirch the name of my novio, Soberano Jr., by not including the correct graphic name. How dare you? I was just like, and I tried looking for a corrected version. They did not. So, of course, Soberano Jr., our novio, who we're going to talk about it a little bit. Angel de Oro and Ultimo Guerrero. But let's be real. I agree with Agent Lofa. I was just like, let's be real. This was a three-way. I was like, this was a three-way. Really between Euphoria, Hechicero, and Soberano Jr. Sorry, Ultimo Guerrero and Angel de Oro. But Angel, you do get some action next week, which we're going to talk about in our preview. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about our boyfriend, Soberano Jr. I was just like, Pinhead who? That mask was wild. And I was just like, by the way, someone sent me a picture of Soberano Jr. literally coming out as Jesus at one point. I was just like, I need to know if Soberano Jr. just has like a vision board in his room of like Paris Fashion Week designs, because half the time his outfits that he comes out in, I was like, they look like they were inspired by like Paul Gaultier and Paris Fashion Week in general. I was just what?
So good.
I was like,
so good.
God, you're so hot. And
they're so good. And it's so funny because Euphoria, who's his dad, is so like, down to earth biker guy. You know what I mean? It's just like it's such a good juxtaposition. Love it. I love it.
Yeah. So I mean, this was a cybernetico match, but let's be so for real. It really came down between Hechicero, Euphoria, and Soberano Jr. But it was still a fun match, and guys, our boyfriend does pick up the victory here by last eliminating Hechicero to move on to the finals this Friday. Adolfo, I'm going to come to you first. So we had these 5, but really it was a 3-way, and the boyfriend wins. So how do we feel?
I felt this match kept the energy up, but in a different way, because these 5 are, dare I say, the top rudos in CMLL right now. And we did have some high flying spot from Angel de Oro, who I haven't seen him hit some of those high flying moves in a while. So that was really cool. But I feel like he was the only one that really went high. I mean, we did get some planchas from Euphoria and from Ultimo Guerrero, but in regards to like moonsaults and 450s and stuff like that, it was pretty much Angel de Oro when he was in. But where this match made it up was just, if you like that old school down into the mat, like bad guy versus bad guy wrestling slugfest, this was for you. Which I loved it. I was sad to see Angel de Oro and Ultimo Guerrero get knocked down so fast. And I didn't think Hechicero was going to win, just because on the back end, we know he has a very busy schedule, with a lot of traveling going on. So, and also I feel it's the emotional correct choice to have Soberano Jr. going to the finals of the Leyenda Azul, just because he's been out for so long, that I'm sure he's missed a lot of chances to do a lot of things that he wanted to do, maybe pick up, belts that he wanted to pick up, and he wasn't able to do that. So, I felt that this outcome was great. The match was riveting. I really enjoyed it. It kept my spirits up in my shit day. And yeah, I am kind of bummed that we didn't get to see father and son go at each other, but at the same time, it was very yeah, they stuck by the rules that Euphoria and Soberano Jr. did not fight. They both put it on Hechicero, so they didn't even do any of that stereotypical where one winds up at Hechicero and Hechicero moves out of the way and the other one hits him. It was really, it was good. It was a really good match, though. Great to see Soberano Jr. getting this push, which it's kind of like something that I feel like has been in the fridge. And now, okay, we're pulling it out, and now we're starting to warm it up, and that smell is coming into the house, and it's starting to smell really good. That's Soberano Jr., baby.
100%.
Finger licking good.
I'm so sad he missed a lot of this year, because I'm thinking to myself, I was just like, listen, Soberano Jr. is the fashion icon. I wonder what Pokemon he would have had in his outfit if he wrestled on that Pokemon show.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of the NJPW stuff over the summer.
Oh man,
CMLL, did I would love if next year, if for the Super Junior, if Soberano Jr. was in it.
Yeah, BR CMLL representative, what Titan was this year. So
that would be awesome.
God, I would love that. I would be so happy. And then me and you would have to fight which block we get it for if he was in it. It'd be like, no, it's my block. Alrighty. Papa Oso, I come to you next. What did you think of this Cybernetico match and our Novio winning?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I think Soberano is on fire right now, and I really kind of hope they keep him in work. He's just really great to watch, and of course Hechicero was in this, who I freaking love, and I just like watching him just destroy people. That's just fun. But I really enjoyed this match, though. But I agree with everything that everyone said, and it did have a different energy to it. Not in a bad way. I mean, it was literally like it's hard to explain because, like, when coming out of it, going in or coming into it, the energy in the room was very electric. But when we get into this, it felt more static, more like things are clinging to you almost, as opposed to going away from you. The energy going away, it was coming in, is what I felt. I felt it just sort of like, it really kind of felt like everything kind of just went, and we were sort of like, it sort of honed in on it. I mean, it was, I don't know, it was really weird I felt that too. Because when it started, I was like, oh, this would be cool. They're coming in. And the minute it started, I mean, I literally leaned closer to the screen to watch. And I was excited, and it was exciting, and and I loved it. And then after it was over, I literally leaned back. It was like, I don't know, but I agree. It had a really unique energy to it, and I loved it. Though.
Yeah. I mean, dare I say the two matches were quite the interesting dichotomy of each other, where you had Sky Team and Jet Speed that were just all over the place, right? I mean, even the camera couldn't keep track of them half the time. But then this, it brought it back, and you were just like, oh man,
I did. I totally leaned in and was like,
yep, yeah, totally, yep.
I 100% agree, and I thought this was a really fun one. Again, and I have to give kudos to a lot of the wrestlers on this show, not just for Viernes Espectacular, but for the weekend they had this past weekend, because especially Hechicero and Jet Speed, they were in Mexico on Friday. Then they all hopped on a plane to head on over to the Prudential Center for Full Gear on Saturday. And then some of them came back on Sunday to have matches too. So I was just like hopping back and forth. Of course, Speedball and, Kevin Knight being part of the Casino Gauntlet match to crown the inaugural AEW National Champion. And then, of course, Hechicero teaming up with Konosuke Takeshita and Okada for the CMLL Trios Championships, because that was also on the main card, which was a lot of fun to watch too. It was fun. So shout out to everyone this past weekend who putting in the work. And, it was a fantastic time. And some of them were also wrestling the night before on Thursday at MLW. Listen, CMLL Stars, this is like, anybody who's seen the meme of Lady Gaga, it applies to all this. It's like bus, another club playing, no sleep. It's like that. I was just like, shout out to the CMLL guys who are putting in all this work, going anywhere and everywhere. They just live on a plane now. That's their residency. Yeah.
They're getting them freaking flyer miles in. Gracias, Mexico.
Seriously, love it. So after all this is said and done, again, Soberano Jr. is moving on to the finals, and then we finally get into our main event of Viernes Espectacular, and I was just like, y'all, get ready. This is going to get crazy. So, this is a tag team match. This is a relevo sencillo a una caída. Again, I love you, CMLL, but we got to make sure these graphics match. I don't know what's going on with the graphics department this week. I was like, these are not the correct names. I was like, what are we doing?
The normal graphics guy had the day off. They got his cousin Diego in.
For reals. Diego, we love you, but darn, man.
Diego dipped into the tequila a little too much. The Don Gato.
Not the Don Gato.
Yeah.
He took it. Him and Filthy Tom Lawler were partying too hard.
Right, exactly.
Jeez Louise. But we get this tag team match. This, of course, is another person who's been out on injury, but I'm really happy to see him here and return to wrestling in general, because, of course, you have the team of, Místico and AEW's Commander. I miss Commander so much. I missed him so much. I love him. He's great. And of course, they were taking on the team of Barbaro Cavanario and Frank Mortos, attorney at RAR in the Peace Mortos.
Yep.
I love
it. Can you put the graphic up, please? Put the graphic
I will put the graphic up as I am talking about this match, because on paper, I was just like, I'm just excited because I love everybody involved in this match, and I had a fun time. Where'd you go? I had you. There you are.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Yes.
Have you been injured in a wrestling match? Has someone dropped you on the ring apron, the hardest part of the ring mat? Have you been brainbustered on the top turnbuckle? Well, please call us, Frank Mortos, attorney at law. He's here to fight for you. Frank Mortos, roar, grumble, roar.
I love that we still had these graphics up. But yeah, so this was a lot of fun. No, I'm gonna start with Agent Lo-Fi really quick though. From watching this kid from Reynosa that could do some crazy rope tricks to main eventing Arena Mexico with Mystico himself, couldn't be more happy for Commander. And I feel like that's how I felt about this match. I was just like, have I seen crazier stuff happen? Yes. But again, and I have to remind myself, Commander is also a kid. Like, he is still in his 20s as well. I was just like, why did I think you were 30? But this was such a fun match. I think everyone played their part perfectly. And then Commander teaming up with Mystico. He could not stop smiling the entire match. And of course, again, I missed Commander. You know, he's been out on injury this year, but happy he is back. I miss when he does the dive off the ropes and then he does the salute as he falls into his opponent. I was like, I've missed you so much. I had a blast with this one. This was another one where I was like smiling so hard. Adolfo, I come to you. What did you think about our main event for this episode of Viernes Espectacular?
So going into this, I was excited to see Commander, but I will be 100% honest, especially after the last two matches. I thought to myself, there's no way that these two matches can get topped. And hot take, this match did not top those matches. But this match I felt was on par with those matches in delivering a fun and energetic and entertaining match. It was great to see Commander back. You could see he was just over the moon being in Arena Mexico with fighting alongside Mystico. It was great to see him do his big ending move where he salutes to the crowd. That was awesome. I loved seeing Beast Mortos. I miss Beast Mortos. One of the things I miss from AEW is my my Beast Mortos, Mr. Monet. Are they still a thing?
Yes, they are. Yes,
Okay.
Beast Mortos and Miss Mercedes 14 Belts Monet.
Right. I mean, excuse me, Don Monet. And Barbaro Cabanari, I feel like I haven't seen him in forever. Barbaro did feel a little bit like an afterthought in this match.
Fair.
But he got to do the things. He did the worm. He got to do his hove into the rope plancha thing.
Right.
So it was good. And as we say pretty much week in, week out, this gave the people what they wanted.
This was the send the crowd
exactly.
Send the crowd happy match. Send the crowd home happy match.
Exactly.
100%. I have to agree with Primo too before we get to Papa also. It was really surprising to see Mystico give Commander a lot of the control in this match.
Yeah.
I was just like, shout out to Mystico. He's like, this kid deserves it. So, Papa also, I come to you. This is our main event for this episode of Viernes Espectacular. What did you think?
I liked it. I have to agree with Adolfo. I don't think it matched the energy of the previous two. Doesn't mean it wasn't good. I enjoyed watching all four of them. This is my first time with Commander. I've never seen him wrestle before. So that was neat and fun. I love that. He's cute. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Of course, Beast is just Beast, and I just love watching him. It's just anytime they announce him coming out, I'm just like, oh god, this is gonna be great. Just with him in the ring, he could just stand there and look intimidating, and I would be like, this is the best. This is the best. I just love his whole aesthetic, and I mean, truly. But no, I really enjoyed this match. I thought the fact that Mystico kind of stepped into the background was fantastic, and now knowing a lot of the backstory, it makes it even more impactful for me. So yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty good. I really did. I agree with Adolfo. I don't think it quite matched the energy of the previous two, but it was still good. It was still good. But you're right. It gave the crowd what they wanted.
Exactly, which was a Mystico and Commander win, and sent the crowd home happy. And that has been, our Viernes Espectacular.
Well, just one more thing really quick about that main event. And
yes.
I don't know if this was on purpose thing, but it was interesting that Beast wore his white mask, and then Commander was all in white as well. I felt like that was almost purposeful because they were showing respect for wrestling at the La Catedral, the Lucha Libre, which is dare I say such a holy site for luchadors, that it was almost like going to church. You know what I mean? So I might be reading too much into it, but that I got that feel. It was cool, but that's all.
100%. And so that was our Viernes Espectacular episode. Before I get into previewing, I'm going to switch things up because I don't have a lot to talk about noticias. I do want to say, though, this past Monday, Adolfo and I, as well as Primo, we watched MLW's Lucha de los Muertos, where we had some fun. We had some CMLL talent involved. The setup was definitely weird, but we got used to it by it. The 8-man tag between, the Blue Panthers, the Felinos, Galeon Fantasma, the Atlantises. That was a fun match. Templarios, Jeremiah Jr. and Ikuru Kwan's match was fun. Mystico and Volador Jr. was decent. Again, I don't know if Volador is still working on some injuries he might be retaining because they didn't go as hard as I know they can. But shout out to Mystico. He is, back-to-back Opera Cup winner, so he won this second year in a row. And, yeah, that was fun. But now let's get into why we're really here. Let's talk about this upcoming Friday's episode of Viernes Espectacular because, ooh, this was about to be on and popping. Guys, be prepared. The Death Riders are invading CMLL, kind of. This is crazy. So we kick things off this Friday with we got 2 Relampago matches. The first one being, Shakurcito versus Menos Dos. So I love that. Can't wait. Then we get a tag team match with Astral and Fury Boy versus Drago and Troyano. So that should be pretty fun as well. In our third match, we have a Relampago match, which sees La Jarochita versus Olympia. So it's like, ooh, we're getting kind of a rematch from this past Friday, but in a singles format and a Relampago match. Then, you guys, the last 3 matches is on and popping. Because first, we have our CMLL Tag Team Championship match. Angel de Oro and Niebla Roja. So Los Hermanos Chavez will be defending their titles against Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia of the Death Riders from AEW. So it's just like, oh no. I was like, oh, I'm excited because I'm interested to see how Daniel and Wheeler, work in Arena Mexico. I know Wheeler has a little bit more world travel. I'm really curious to see how Daniel Garcia does in Arena Mexico because I'm excited for that. But they are not the only two Death Riders in action, because in the semi-main event, we are getting the CMLL Heavyweight Championship, Gran Guerrero defending his title against, the 2024 Grand Prix winner, Claudio Castagnoli, finally makes his way back to Arena Mexico, and he is challenging Gran Guerrero for this championship. Oh my God, I'm so excited, because I was just like, Claudio can lift all the big boys. Like, Claudio is so strong, and I'm really excited to see that. But then in our main event, it is the gran final of the Torneo Leyenda Azul, where this is about to be on and pop into Soberano Jr. versus Místico versus Barbaro Cavernario. Ooh! I feel bad for Barbaro. I was just like, I'm glad you're here, but to be fair, I kind of just want to see a one-on-one between Místico and Soberano. I was just like, yes, but I'm excited. I was like, Barbaro, I love you. You about to eat this pin. Yep. No, yep, but seriously though,
we've been waiting all year for Soberano Jr. Místico.
God,
we started drawing off at the beginning of the year when it started to get hot. Soberano got hurt, so
now we're reheating this up, and I need Soberano Jr. to win this one. Like, I want to see him win this. But honestly, though, from top to bottom, this is about to be another fire Friday show, y'all. This is going to be on and popping. Woo! I also love that we changed the graphic just for the Torneo Leyenda Azul finals. It's all blue and everything. It's such a nice color. It's so good. But yeah, yep. Ooh, hold up. And that's right. Thank you for reminding us. It's the final. So the first to be pinned wins, not elimination. So it's not an elimination. It's first pinfall to submission wins. So it's literally like triple threat rules, which I'm excited. But that's it for us here at Los Lobos de la Lucha. It was so nice having the whole crew back. I have missed the whole crew together, and I'm happy that we are all together again. Until one of you decides to go do something else. I'm just kidding. Well, yeah, it's all your fault, Will. No, just kidding. No, honestly, though, like, at this point, this is the third year we've done BC WrestlePod. I have already picked up on who's available when. The fall is always rough for us because Will's gone, Professor's gone. JVL has had a rough fall because he's in the process of moving. Fall is a weird time. But, everyone starts coming around for winter and then spring, y'all leave me again. Which is actually, spring's not as bad. But we do have one final thing coming up for the week. Kilt is actually going to be front and center this Saturday, as he will be doing the watch along for WWE Survivor Series. So he will be holding it down here on the virtual space, and I will be doing my due diligence on the ground because I will be there live in person this Saturday, freezing my nalgas off in Petco Park in San Diego for Survivor Series. It's colder than a witch's teat out here, you guys. It is bonkers. It's going to be cold. Thankfully, as of right now, it's not supposed to rain. But I'm like, San Diego, I'm looking at you. It's like, don't mess this up, San Diego. Don't mess this up. But it's going to be fun. So, yes, and for all of you at home, just like Primo has stated, have a good holiday, Thanksgiving, whatever holiday you are celebrating tomorrow, whether it's by yourself, with your pets, with your blood family, with your found family. We here at BC WrestlePod wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving season. And for those of you who are about to brave the stores on Friday, may the odds be ever in your favor for these Black Friday sales out here, y'all. I was just like, it's nuts. I don't do Black Friday. I do Cyber Monday, so I don't get trampled on it in the stores. No, but have a good Thanksgiving / holiday season. And it's crazy. We're about 4 weeks out until Christmas, which means Mariah Carey has finally thawed out. But tune in this Saturday. Support the Kilt Man, as this is going to be his first test outing to kind of run the ones and twos, but I know he's going to do great. We have our buddy Nick, who's going to be popping in during that watch along too, as well as the other WWE boys. So, but from all of us here at Los Lobos de la Lucha, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We will catch you later, but until then, have a happy Thanksgiving, and until next time, this is Sayonara, adios, And as always, and until next time, peace.
Me tiene loco en la cabeza cuando me tocas. Siento que todo está